Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on gold, guys. What am I predicting on gold? Before we do today's analysis on gold, just gonna do a quick recap on gold based on our previous analysis. So if you can see that we were currently around this area right here on gold, and I was predicting some sort of like a push to the downside on gold, and my reason was because we can see that we've had a lot of push to the upside, right? And this next candlestick felt like an exhaustion, right? So I said there's a possibility, because we've been pushing to the upside, there's a possibility for it to at least come down for correction, for it to continue to gain momentum if it's going to push to the upside. So my first prediction was, if you're going to see more momentum of sell to the upside, then certainly my first TP will be the 2070.138. And my reason was because that was the last break of structure we had before this beautiful candlestick momentum, right? So that was like an a visible place to put our bear target. So I said we might get to this level, and if we see lots of resertion around that level, then there's a possibility it might just come down to this level to gain momentum for it to actually continue to push to the upside. And I also said that in case if we get to this level and if we see momentum of sell, if we still see continuation of momentum of sell, then it's definitely certainly 2057.435, which is our TP2, will be our next momentum, our next TP, because that's the last time we had this breakout structure. So it will be something like an import and a retest to retest that zone before either pushing to the upside. So that was my initial first thought on sell on gold. And my second thought on gold was, just because we know that anything can happen in the market and we have to be open-minded, I said just in case it closes above this zone right here, then give us like a retest or something to continue, then we might push to the upside to 2100. That was my TP for buy, and my second TP is 2114.827. So let's go to the smaller time frame and see. We can see that it did not actually push up to retest. When it pushed up, it didn't retest or do anything, just continue to tank to the upside. So we can also see that it went above our TP level right here. We got to our TP1 and it still continued to push up like this. So now I'm just going to delete all this and let's continue to reanalyze gold based on the current price market. Let's see. Delete this, delete this, delete this. I'm just gonna delete these ones as well because I don't need them for right now. What else do I don't need? I don't need this one too right now. So just like I like to do top-down analysis. Let's go to our bigger time frame and see what the market is doing. Beautiful, guys. So if you remember vividly well, right, we can see that let me just delete this one here right now. Let's see. Let's delete this. So we can see, if you remember vividly well, right, I said that just because of gold actually broke this trend line right here doesn't mean we are on a bull move, because we can see that it actually broke this trend line right here. But what did it do? It reversed and gave us brick rejection. So there was no momentum of buy actually on the bigger time frame for us to see. So let's come here. This is the highest we've gotten on gold right here. Let's put an indication so that we will know where that comes from. So let's say the monthly so at least we know where that comes from. So we have different scenarios. The candlestick hasn't closed yet, so just because we are currently seeing this kind of bull momentum yet doesn't mean that it will go bullish. We can see if you watch how this one was also reacting just before this one got to this level right here, we have like a bull, somewhat of like a bull momentum, right? And it actually closed. When it closed, what did it do? It has the switch rejections around that area right here. So we have to be mindful of this as well, because this looks like an engulfing candle, like a good bullish candle, right? But we don't know how it ends because this is a monthly time frame. So there's still a possibility that it might get to this level right here to give us some sort of like an M pattern, what we know, which is a reversal pattern, before tanking to the downside. So don't let us be worried about this candlestick right here, because this is a month candlestick and the month hasn't ended yet, so we don't know exactly how the candlestick will close. But because we're a day trader, right, we can always still take our trades based on the previous market. So this is the weekly time frame right here. Yes, I think this one is not showing my weekly. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame right here. We can see we had this engulfing candle right here, and now this candlestick hasn't closed yet. So I will still advise us to wait a little for the candlestick to close for us to actually really know that we are now on a bull side, right? Because anything can happen, like I said. So but just because of we are in the day trader, we can always take our trade off of the smaller time frame. We just want to see our overall. So the reason why we do top-down analysis is just to see like the overall market. So let's go to more smaller time frame, like our daily time frame, and see. We can delete this one. Let's see this one. You can see this has a break of. So we can look at this like a break of structure. We can see this momentum of candlestick. So on the daily time frame, we can see that this candlestick actually closes above it. So I'm still predicting some sort of like a push to the upside, to be honest, on the daily time frame, just because we can see the candlestick closes above the level right there. So let's go to my 4-hour time frame and see. Let's see what the 4-hour candle is giving us. We can put a candle, we can put a trend line from here to here as well. Let's change that. So we can see the momentum it's given. So I still see a possibility of it at least pushing to our previous highs. So this is the previous high we have, previous high. So I still see some sort of like a push to the previous high, but we should don't forget that it has been pushing to the upside for a while. So we can actually some sort of like a retracement, and we can see that even the candlestick right here is not giving any momentum. It's giving a weak candlestick. So we can see a weak candlestick. So which means exhaustion. So there's a possibility that it might just continue to tank to the downside a little bit. That's a possibility I am seeing right here. Let's zoom out a little bit, and if you push to the downside, let's put this currently. So this is a 4-hour imbalance. Let's put it so we know where that is coming from. 4 hours imbalance right there. We have to be mindful of. We have another. Let's clone that. That's another imbalance right there that we can work on right here. So let's go to more smaller time frame and see if there is anything as of this moment right here. See my 3-hour time frame. So this, let's see. You can clone this as well. Let's say, so this would be our 3 hours imbalance right here. So the reason why I'm doing this is because of, right, is because we don't have any point, we don't have any exhaustion yet, a retracement yet. So because if you know, I use Fibonacci, and before we use Fibonacci you need point A to point B. So it has not actually retraced at all for me to be able to use a point A to point B, point A here to point B, right? And that is why I'm not using a fib yet, because we don't have the accurate price action for us to actually place a Fibonacci on. And that is why I am using the small step right here, just to show us what might be happening. And we can see that it's giving us some exhaustion right around here. So I can actually draw a mini. So let's see here, visibility, let's see an hour right here. Let's see. I don't like how this is here. So we can see that currently it's giving us some sort of like an impulse, a correction of like a descending correction, and we know it can descending correction, it's kind of like a retracement, right? A retracement pattern. So there is a possibility, like I said, that we might push up to this level right here or tank to the downside. So for us to actually see, to push to the upside, at least let's see if we to break this previous zone right here, because we can see that we've been having exhaustion around that area. But if you see any candlestick that closes above that zone, then there's a possibility of it actually pushing to the upside. So let's see if we have some sort of like a breakout structure for us to continue to push the upside, to at least get to this highest we've gotten previously, so which is 6 to 7. Let's see, 6 to 7. Okay, that's it right there. And if we continue to push to the downside, let's see, probably this would be a first target for us. That will certainly be our first target for sell. So let's put, so this will be a first target for sell, like I mentioned, which is right here, 635. And if you still see more momentum of sell, then certainly this will be our next target right here, which is here, and that is 2093 217. So this is currently my thought on gold, guys. Hope you guys find it helpful. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share, and I'll see you in my next analysis, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.